the finance ministers of the 27 European countries are meeting in Brussels today and tomorrow to discuss the reform of the Eurozone's budgetary rules. What would you personally recommend for these new budgetary rules?
Well, you know that Europe is a rules-based monetary union. We use rules that we expect everyone to follow, to coordinate policy actions, especially in the economic field, which are very important for us. Mm-hmm. We want, most of the time, rules to be stable, so that they can be credible and that they can be understood by everyone and followed by all countries. This time, Europe decided to engage in a revision of the rules. I think the best advice that I can give to these ministers, I was always also a minister before, a few years ago, is to make them easy to understand by citizens, more transparent, and that they can also be made more adaptable to the challenges that we face today. Climate, we have a few geopolitical tensions in the world as well. We need to be flexible. So that's my main advice.
Thank you.
And the European Central Bank's main objective is to control inflation. So in contrast, the Fed in the United States puts inflation control and economic growth on the same level. So do you think the ECB should follow the Fed's leads in this area?
It's a good question, and it's very much to the heart of the European debate. In the US, we have a slightly different situation compared to Europe because we have a single treasury in the US and in Europe. The first question asked me precisely about the sort of rules that we have to replace the single treasury, because we have budgets that are approved at the 27 countries level, and then we need to coordinate. We don't have that in Europe. I will say a little bit unfortunately. We should make progress on that direction as well in terms of integration. And that somehow defines and restricts a bit the role of the ECB and the mandate of the ECB in the economic policy domain. It is true, our primary objective is inflation. Nevertheless, we have also secondary objectives. We need to guide our policy in order to accomplish the main goals of the European Union, and those include employment, also well-being, the climate. So in some sense, they are also in the objectives of the ECB, but they are not at the same level. That's true. The Fed has both full employment and inflation at the same level as the objective, so in its mandate, but the ECB not. I think as we progress in terms of integration in Europe, we can move towards different formulations for this mandate. But for the time being, I think this is the way we need to operate. This is in the treaty. A treaty change in Europe is very difficult because it has to be approved by all 27 member states in their parliaments. I think we have a good framework in Europe these days, so we can manage all economic principles and objectives, and I'll let you know a little bit about that in a minute when I talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.